Okay, I've been working on this one here for a while. It's seeing how fast we can become a murderer in every Fallout game, except for the weird isometric style, kind of PS2 Fallout Brotherhood of Steel action RPG thing. I don't have that, never going to find it, never going to play it. Moving on from there. Pretty much the rule is simple. We got to see how fast we can kill a human NPC. Alright, so we're starting off Fallout 1 here. It's been a long time since I played this game. I think the last time I fully played through this game was back in... Well, it was when I made this channel. Well, when I started uploading Fallout content to this channel anyway. So, I gave you the basic snippet of the character build. 10 strength, 10 endurance, 10 agility, and the rest into luck. I take heavy-handed, and in Fallout 1, the one perk that like drops down every attack by 1 action point. I can't remember the name of it. It says it there in the beginning. They changed it Fallout 2 onward, so I don't really mess with that. I think I take gifted in the Fallout 2 and onward. Anyway, we roll with that. We move forward there. Nice, simple, easy going. Just click Vault 15, we'll auto-travel toward it. We're not heading to Vault 15, though. We're heading toward someplace in between. Here and there. That is Shady Sands. Right here. Head on in. Now, when I originally started testing for this run, I'd always go after the NPC woman there that's like not combat-oriented. But she always runs off, so... Oh well. There you go. We killed the guy guarding the gate. We've done it in less than 2 minutes. I think that's like the quickest one out there. So past that into Fallout 2. Fallout 2, and I have an interesting history. When I first started doing Fallout content on this channel, I wanted to do each Fallout game in order with nothing but given items. Items that have been given to you. I call it the Given Goods Gambit because I like alliteration. This game would crash my old PC, and it was a bitch of a time getting it working on my new PC. It does not like Windows 11, okay? So that's just that at this point. But I got to go into a point here. The game does hitch every once in a while when certain animations play for some reason. Usually only seems to be like unarmed combat. Like the kick seems to freeze the screen. I have no idea why. It even gets to a point where it says it's not responding, and then the game just catches back up. It's weird. I don't know, it's weird. So anyway, beginning of this game, we're the chosen... Well, we're not quite the chosen one yet. We'll be the chosen one after. But we have to run through this Temple of Trials type thing. If you know what you're doing... Which I do because I had to test for this to make sure it could actually work right. Run up here, lockpick the gate after killing some ants. Run to the next gate. Give it a second. I don't know. The way skills work in this game are strange. And yet, nostalgic. I miss the way some of these games worked and just the overall aesthetic of it, right? You know this is a Fallout game looking at it. Like, I get why they moved away from, like, bars and stuff on your screen at all times, but come on now, man. It's a hell of an aesthetic, and I like it, right? You're given a Pip-Boy, and this shows that, you know, the baseline is your Pip-Boy. Well, not technically the Pip-Boy yet, but you know what I mean. In the first one and in this one, it gives you the aesthetic of having a Pip-Boy right there at your disposal whenever you need it. Like Fallout 3 and onward, it's cool to be able to pull it out, but I think the gauges for like your health and whatnot, well, they are like a streamlined version of it. It should have stuck with this. Should have had like, you know, a health bar with your number beside it and your action points and number beside it and, you know, all that right there. I think that would have been nice. Anyway, we pick up plastic explosives. We have to go through and kill a couple more ants on the way. We're fairly well off here. 2 stabs and then move on. So we have a fairly high health pool and a fairly high damage output due to what we chose perk-wise. Set the timer, 30 seconds. I kind of flounder trying to remember how to move in this game. Finally get away from it so that we can just stand back and let it go off. So we just stand back, let it do its thing. Haven't went running around to grab any extras that are floating around. You can get like another spear, I think a knife, I think some healing powder and stuff. We don't need to worry about that. Pretty much all we got to do now is go and take out a couple more ants, which stand between us and the exit. And then the final of the trials. Mind you, I keep forgetting how much low intelligence impacts the way your character speaks in these Fallout games. And yeah, it's just funny, right? Like sometimes you'll get unique interactions when you have low intelligence in like Fallout New Vegas. Like with Dr. Usanagi there at the New Vegas Medical Clinic. When she's talking about implants, you can ask her what type of plants they are, and she'll recommend the intelligence one to help you out. But yeah, no, you're yeah, you talk fairly interestingly in these early games, as you see. Me ready. So, the way this fight goes for this trial is you have to get this guy's health down. He's just like a Arroyo warrior, I think he's called. Not just warrior there, you can see it in the quest tab thing. Takes your weapons and stuff away because you only have to get his health down to a certain amount. Once he runs away, he's no longer in combat. But that doesn't mean you can't automatically start combat and just draw him back into it. In which case, we can go for it here. So we just wait. Right there, that's what I was talking about. It just kind of hitches. And it's the game, not the software or anything. It's weird. It is weird. So we get a little closer. Wait our turn, because we're out of action points to spend there. He hits us. Our health gets down 25. And there we go. We can lay into him. And he's dead. That's 5 minutes and 10 seconds in Fallout 2 to figure out how long that takes. Fallout Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel. Not to be confused with that other weird Fallout game that's also about the Brotherhood of Steel. Doesn't matter. This one is where it started trying to go more into action. Actual action, like everything's in real time. You can switch it back to the original style of turn-based combat. Or you can just leave it in like real-time combat. I just left it in real-time combat, mostly because I forgot what that did till after. You'll also notice no counter yet. I forgot to put it up on screen, so you'll have to forgive me. I roughed in the time here, by the by, maybe like 2 minutes, 10 seconds, give or take, before we put the timer up on screen, in which case we add some more time onto it there. I flounder trying to figure out how to actually attack these people. Because in the other ones it was just click weapon, click person, you attack them. Not this one. So I kind of flounder a bit. We do have two other characters with us for, you know, tactical combat, as it were. We don't use them. We leave them over where they were. We bring our character in. I swap to the SMG we have to try to... maybe I think, you know, I click on that, I click on the person, I can shoot them. I flounder around for it here. I'll just stick up a little thing there, added like 2 minutes and 10 seconds onto it. I eventually get to a point to where, you know, I've clicked like everything. I can't figure it out, so instead of looking it up, I'm just gonna use a skill and see if I can pickpocket one of these guys. Maybe failing pickpocketing will initiate combat. That way they can, you know, I can fight them and kill them, right? So, again, floundering non-stop with it. I didn't test Fallout Tactics out, if you haven't noticed. I didn't test out a couple of the Fallout games because I already had them running, right? It's Like New Vegas. I know how to get into New Vegas and how to do all that for New Vegas. Fallout 3, Fallout 4, same thing. So I don't really need to worry about any of that. So I settle on just pickpocketing the guy. Pisses everybody off. And this is where I remembered that, yeah, no, it's not turn-based combat anymore. It's real-time combat. So let's see what we can get here. You know, keep spending ammo here. Reactive attack there. Took that one guy out. So we've killed somebody already. So, you know, I had like 2 minutes, 10 seconds onto that. Get about 3 minutes. What that took. Could have been faster if I, you know, knew what I was doing. With that, we're into the first proper 3D game. No, I do not consider that Weird Abomination one proper 3D game. Fallout 3. First... Yeah, no, Fallout 3 was the... No, was it?
A beautiful, healthy baby boy.
No, it was the first one I got for new systems. Remember my cousin gave me a PC with a bunch of pirated shit on it back in the day? Full of viruses and whatnot. Then again, we didn't have the fucking internet, so it's not like it did anything. But a bunch of like emulators and whatnot, and Fallout was on there. So I played it some back then. In the early 2000s, it's just... Yeah, I didn't really touch the Fallout games again until Fallout 3, which my mother got for me for doing well in school, which was pretty cool. Anyway, same build that's got us by so far is what we're going to continue to roll with. Strength, endurance, agility, and then everything else in luck. Gonna do us good.
What is that?
We skip ahead some, eat the sweet roll. Because eating the sweet roll, believe it or not, is the only way to get like a non-violent like reaction from Butch, which is kind of funny.
What a piece of junk.
Hat with stats, which just brings me back to the whole max out every stat at a low level at a low enough level video that I did a while back. Get the Chinese stealth suit, collect all of the magazine book things. Whatever ones in this game actually permanently augment you. And then get headpieces for the rest of them. You can get your character up to like absurd, just completely fucking absurd stats when it comes to unarmed. I think it's unarmed that's affected by the hockey masks. I think those are the easiest ones to find. I say easy. It took me fucking like an hour the one day to find 2 hockey masks in this fucking game. But you get those, you layer them with the Chinese stealth suit. And I had my unarmed skill at like 10,000 or something. And it does stack. It is insane. Anyway, skip ahead some. You know the intro to Fallout 3. Long, tedious. If I were to do this again, I would skip the intros for each of the games. The intros and or tutorials. I think that would be fine. Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 are kind of different in that regard, and in that you don't really have a tutorial in them. Like, up until now, we had a tutorial, the whole growing up thing. I'd consider the tutorial done for Fallout 3 as soon as you wake up here. Just like I would consider the tutorial done for Fallout New Vegas when you step out of Doc Mitchell's house. And the tutorial done in Fallout 4 when you leave the vault. Right. So I think that's fair for those ones. And I'd say the tutorial for like Fallout 76 or some shit would be when you leave the vault too. I think that's a fair assumption, right? Hey, look, we killed what's-his-face here, took his clothes and shit. There we go. We're done. We killed him. We're not done yet. You know, we're not done yet. So we're going to go say hi to Butch's mom. Because under this assumption right now, whilst I was filming this, I was still going by the assumption of killing innocent and or neutral NPCs for this run only. I only changed it after I was done filming because you'll see here in a bit why toward the end of the video. So I head on in here, take her out, take out the rad roach, loot her. She does actually have vodka on her, so I guess the rumors about her being a drunk or a thing. Where they get vodka in a fucking vault, I don't know. Unless they synthesize it and distill it themselves. Who knows? Anyway, kill Butch too, because fuck that guy. And with that, I considered it good for this one, so we will move on to the next one, which is just Fallout New Vegas.
Well, I got most
Right,
of it anyway.
short, sweet, and to the point. Doc Mitchell, talk to him, do his whole song and dance. There's, like, I don't know what the fuck is up with my OBS. I guess the channels are all out of whack.
Good.
Voices for NPCs do not come through in the recording for some reason. Don't know why.
It ain't a race.
But all other sounds do, which is just weird. I think I'm just going to switch it over to
Give the vigor tester a
record desktop audio and then just like mute everything else I have going on my PC, right? I tried not to do that when recording because I like to watch stuff and listen to stuff in the background when I do so. But it should be a temporary fix till I figure out what's wrong with the OBS. Anyway, same thing. Same build. Strength, endurance, agility, luck. We're good. And then we move on to the character creation, which has always been the same. Melee, unarmed, medicine. Move on. Well, first aid in the first 2 games. Usually always take heavy-handed and skilled, and or gifted and skilled. Or heavy-handed and gifted?
All right, I guess
Dependent on earlier there. Get everything from Doc Mitchell here. Head on out. There are some little additions here and there that make things a little faster. A little slower. The startup messages are all passive. That's a mod. So that adds a little time. Not needing to worry about that. But then I lose that time here needing to set the companion key binds. It allows you to make anyone into a companion if you want. I use it for different runs depending on what I'm doing. Find it fun. And with that, we turn around, head right back into Doc Mitchell's house. Use the weathered 10mm pistol. Vats. Take his head clean off with it. And that's Fallout New Vegas taken care of there. What, a little over 5 minutes there? 5.5 minutes? Easy enough. Let's move on to the next one then. I mean, you can get it down to just seconds if you start outside of Doc Mitchell's house. So, it'd be an interesting one. Fallout 4. Fallout 4. I'm just going to let this one ride for the most part. Had to go through and up the sound in it because I was getting no audio from it. And then I remembered it was still configured for my old PC, so it wasn't configured in the new one. Not surprising. Well, I thought that reset whenever you went through and... Oh, it could have been the video where I showed the guy how to install mods and stuff. Yeah, no, it could have been. Anyway, I do have a mod installed. I'm not going to use it. You can just skip outside of this. It's a quick start mod. I try to keep them in like every one of the games I do. Significant amounts of runs in. Although lately it's just been Fallout New Vegas. Just been hankering to play that game, man. Just a good game. Wander around some. Do the whole character creation with Vault Tech here. Same style. We get less special points to spend here in this game than the other ones because you can put points into your special stats because, of course, you can. 10 strength, 10 endurance, and just some into luck. And that's it. Nothing to worry about there.
We love you too.
Head up to the vault, and then Boston becomes just a little bit more livable at that point. Before we slowly descend into the vault, even as we should be dead right there. I'm just going to skip the whole vault thing. You know how it goes. I know how it goes. I'm going to keep the timer up there at the top. 15 minutes so far. Gonna beeline straight towards Sanctuary. Because sometimes Trash Can Carla is in Sanctuary. Simple as that. I think I was taking a call there. Not entirely sure. But we head directly towards Sanctuary. You can like I said, you could sometimes luck out and find Trash Can Carla here. She's not when I get here, which is kind of annoying. So, Do a quick look around, see if she's here. Not here. Check up toward Codsworth a little bit. Not here. I decide, okay, where's like the closest places I can think of off the top of my head that have human NPCs in them. The diner down the road is the one I initially think of because it's the two people outside fighting and then two people inside, the mother and the son inside. I think, okay, I'll head toward the diner because I think it's the closest place at the moment. Pick up some grenades because they'll come in handy. Pick up everything off this drifter dude here because it comes in handy. Equip the clothing because I always like the drifter's outfit here. Mess around trying to figure out what key actually zooms out the camera, which I don't know why they changed it in recent games. They should have just left that alone. And then I remembered, hey, there's actually a place that's closer because it's like right behind the Red Rocket gas station. The Abernathy Farm. The Abernathy Farm is right behind this water tower in that electrical pylon. They built their farm under an electrical pylon for some reason. I guess after the end of the world, it acts as an okay landmark for people nearby or something. I don't know, man. They say they built it, so whatever floats their fucking boat, I guess. But it's just right here, all of like 10 seconds, 20 seconds away from the Red Rocket gas station. Now, I wanted to come running in here, take a grenade, throw it at their feet, let them explode while I lay into them with the 10mm pistol. But I have no fucking idea why Bethesda thought it would be a good idea to use left alt for any goddamn thing. Right? I remember they did this same thing with Skyrim. I remember watching a guy play Skyrim back in the day, or somewhat recently. The 20-teens, right? He was playing it, and someone's like, yo, man, you've been playing this for like 3 hours today. Why aren't you sprinting? And dude's like, there's no sprint button in this game. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. And the guy's like, yeah, no, left alt is sprint. And the guy's like, no, it's fucking it. And he hits it, and character starts sprinting, and he's like, yeah, no, that's fucking stupid. And I agree. Left alt for anything in a video game is fucking stupid. Shift. Shift is sprint. Sprint is shift. That is that. Anyway, we've completed Fallout 4s. Now we're just going to dip into Fallout 76. I own this game. I have owned this game for a while. I don't really play it. I don't really like playing games with other people, just forced with other people, right? So, you know, if they ever come out with a way to have a private server that I don't need to fucking pay for, that will allow me to modify the game as I see fit, then I'll probably give it a fair shake, go in and play it, you know, play it in earnest, as it were. We pretty much go with a slugger build because it's technically what we were doing before, a melee build for each run up until now. Step out of the vault. I get jump scared by a ghoul materializing out of just thin fucking air, man. And I kind of remember that the second season of Fallout is coming out in a few days. So that's interesting. The first season wasn't bad. I don't know, man. I hope they don't fucking destroy it. Anyway, we come across some human NPCs here, and I can't kill them. Because why would I be able to? Okay. Anyway, we head to the Wayward, which is like the first instanced area you can run into. I think most interiors in this game are instanced areas, right? So we come in here. Sole reason of... This is where we get to kill our first NPC. I go through to check out the thing I just picked up before I go any further in. Just another leather arm. We're all good. Nowadays, it kind of just gives you a bunch of shit when you get out of the vault. You can either pick like level 2 or level 20. I don't know if that's just for me or for other people, but you can choose your like character's level or something. Anyway, I just shoot this guy, and yeah, that's about that. So about 10 minutes, 45 seconds in, you know, Fallout 76. I even try to kill the NPCs in here, and they just don't let you, you know. It's kind of annoying, but that's how that goes. Anyway, worked on this one for a couple of weeks, trying to get everything right, working correctly. Anyway, I'd like to thank a couple of members, Eric, Hewitt, and Big O. Thanks for sticking around, guys. If you want to become a member too, link is in the description. Same with the link to Discord at this point. I might put it in a pinned comment if I remember, maybe. Yeah, see you guys later on this one.